Welcome back, Commanders. Today I got an interesting game for you. Havoc and FeriG are clashing on Villa Fiore. Havoc, currently ranking 5th as the Wehrmacht, is playing the Breakthrough Battlegroup, while FeriG, currently ranking 3rd as the UKF, went for the Air and Sea Battlegroup. With me casting today is OrangePest. He's gonna provide us with some expert insight on the game and how to approach Villa Fiore when you play it yourself. The link to his Twitch channel is in the description. You can expect both Havoc and FeriG to really excel in this match and show us some great moments. If you'd like this cast, I would appreciate it if you subscribed and liked the video. It would help me out tremendously. Without further ado, let's get into the match. And welcome to Villa Fiore. And we have in the red we have FeriG playing as the British, and we have Havoc in blue on the bottom side playing as the Wehrmacht. With me is OrangePest.
Hello.
So,
how are you going?
so thank you and welcome. So Havoc against FeriG, some of the best players. What do you think about this matchup?
Brit versus Wehrmacht in particular is something I haven't played too much. I've had a couple of games. I've been doing some experimenting, but I think I don't know. My initial stomach vibe tells me that's like it's even overall. Maybe Brit favored. Well, it's usually Brit favored in the late game, but then in the early game you have like a slight capping power edge with Wehrmacht. So as you can already see, there's like 3 units to 2.
Yeah,
that just means he gets to cap 3 points while the section is deploying.
pretty interesting to see as well is that that Havoc went for the cutoff in the middle and then go to the high fuel, but FeriG went straight to the high fuel. And now with his 3rd unit is probably gonna cap the cutoff.
That's I think that's a natural result of how slowly Brits feel. So you kind of just have to plan for it. Whereas, I mean, you already have 4 units versus 3, right? So it's just he can afford to just capture and then send the Grand forward. Whereas I think FeriG has to prioritize consolidating a little bit more.
Yeah. Okay, well that's pretty interesting indeed. It's pretty interesting to see that the Grenadiers come a little bit earlier than the Tommy squad came. So it's probably because the Pioneers come earlier than that the Sapper squad is.
Yeah, it's Grenadiers got a buff in build time, so they come out a little bit faster. That contributes, and then the fact that Pioneers are just cheaper to build, and they can come out right at the gate.
Yeah.
But it is it's just one of those things where Brits have always kind of struggled to get capping power on the field, which is something Wehrmacht tends to exploit to their advantage.
Yeah, I feel like that as well. I feel like that when playing deck sometimes as well with capping power, just because you play really narrow with the deck. Whereas when I play the USF, it's just I can play really wide. It's just plays so different, especially in 1v1s.
It's interesting in a lot of ways, because the way, like, even if you play Bursa versus Panzer Grenadier for deck, for example, you hit the field way quicker with Bursa, and you'll get like 4 to 5 like points more than you would with PG sometimes, because of just how fast the bike and the Bursa combination is.
Yeah, I see that a lot as well. I tried a few times on Road to Tunis. I tried to do the bike instant with 1 Bursa squad to the enemy fuel. And it's pretty interesting because you're so fast to that point that you're sometimes even faster than your opponent.
Well, yeah, that's with Bursa, that's one of the core strategies actually. So what you tend to do is you go. This was more last patch rather than this patch, but oh, good mine on the right side. That's big.
Yeah, I saw that. I was also checking out the nade on the middle as well.
Yeah, it's good dodge by FeriG. But I was just also saying about the Bursa. One of the strategies you would do back in the last patch was you would go straight for all the victory points and you wouldn't cap anything else. So you just grab 3 VPs like 1 minute 30, and you wouldn't have capped anything else, and you just start this massive like pressure timing on the Brit or US player, and because you're not investing any fuel, you're just pouring out bursts and then capping the map, and that worked surprisingly well.
Yeah, I asked Ray as well for a good strategy with deck, which I can try and become better at. And he also said, indeed, go Bursas, try to get the triple cap off as early as possible and just keep the pressure.
Yeah, Dak is in this weird spot right now where they're weaker than they were last patch. So a
Yeah,
big part of that
because
is
and they wanted to buff them.
yeah, it was just I mean I know why it happened, but like it's kind of crazy.
I feel like deck is like the hardest faction to balance in between 1v1s and 4v4s
Yeah.
because they play really narrow, and that's really pretty good in like 4v4s, but it's really hard in 1v1s, so that's really hard to balance.
Yeah, it's a thing of like you can invest like say you get a 250 and a PG, right? And you invest that in one part of the map, that's 560 plus it's more it's somewhere 500. Yes, 560 manpower for for a unit that will still lose to double rifles. But that doesn't matter in team games because you can just stack together in one part of the map and just group up everything. Whereas if you do
Yeah,
that in like 1v1, that's like you take this part of the map, I'm just gonna take everything else. I don't care.
yeah, just gonna play the opposite side of the map. Pretty back and forth in the middle now. Last fight
Yeah,
was won by Havoc, and now FeriG is taking over the middle.
I'm surprised that the KD is even. I thought it looked like Havoc was trading better in the early game, but I guess he wasn't trading that much better.
Yeah. Interesting. Does FeriG already has his infantry training? I don't think so, right?
No, because the other engineer would be
Also,
Breakthrough one.
yeah.
He also hasn't teched, so he can't get it yet. But he's gonna tech up now. Oh, we got a half shot coming out. That's interesting.
We'll see a Stummel maybe?
Yeah, Havoc's a big advocate for the stun one. Personally, I don't think it's that good, but
I feel like
he
if
seems to like it, so you know, more power to him.
I feel like when it is played good, it's really annoying.
It's 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 definitely this. It has the same vibe as the 75mm that US has, where it's a lot of long range poke, which is really annoying to deal with.
Yeah, this is a little bit closer.
Yeah, I mean it just doesn't have the AT capability. That's kind of what it lacks. But
Yeah,
it does not get the snare, which is really big.
it's the close up shot, right? On Vetter C1.
Yeah, it's like some white phosphorus round or something that
Yeah.
just locks them down. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I saw that used as well sometimes. It's really interesting. It's a bit like the same as like the 2-to-1 has.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same ability I would wager. It's just that 2-to-1 can capitalize it on it more because the 2-to-1 can actually like you can actually kill vehicles, whereas the stun one
Yeah.
you kind of have to get kind of lucky.
And there's the first pack as well from Havoc now. And now FeriG went for Stewards. So hasn't chosen a battle group yet. Both players haven't chosen a battle group yet, so
That's interesting. I personally tend to play heavy armor or Australian. Those are my kind of go-to doctrines. But you know, skill playing, so Aaron C is pretty good.
yeah,
Commandos did get buffed, but haven't
they
played it.
also improved the commandos, right? Or they fixed them because they were using the wrong weapon in last patch.
Apparently they have, but I haven't bothered testing commandos, so I don't.
Okay,
Really.
I saw.
I'm more of like a 4 or 5 section horde kind of guy.
Yeah, I feel that's pretty different. I like kind of starting with 2 sappers because of the capping power, but indeed playing with the sections is pretty. Depends on what you're playing, I guess.
It depends on a lot. I mean, Sapper spam is pretty strong on Pacino, for example. It's also pretty good on Feynman, though. It would be weaker on this map, but there are like, you can always... I think Brits have the sort of distinct advantage to have like a little bit more flexibility in openers right now. Whereas USF, well, USF has flexibility, but it tends to be the
Rifles.
best build for US is always just massing rifles, yeah. I mean, I would say the straight up the best build in the game is just make 4 rifles and go.
Yeah, it's It's kind of hard. I don't know. It's they try to change it with like increasing the pop cap from the rifles, but I still feel like people just play mass rifles a lot of the time.
It's more. It's. I think a big part is tier 1 basically only provides rifles, right? And tier 2 doesn't give you an alternative to rifles. I mean, you can't Pathfinder spam. That's Scout spam has become like a thing you can do now.
Yeah, I saw it a lot in 2v2s when I was watching Ray, and all his opponents were doing it.
It's a natural consequence of the build time. It's just you take the entire map in like seconds.
Yeah, it's kind of indeed. They just spam the scouts and then upgrade it to Pathfinders or artillery officers.
We have lost control of a victory point.
It's really interesting to see.
Very hideous to deal with.
Yeah. It was interesting to see.
We got the infantry queuing up for FeriG right now. It's just about finished.
Oh. Oh, yeah. Some B grants are coming out from Havoc now.
Commandant, you have command points.
Yeah, I mean, this double is doing work, but I feel like a big part of it is the fact that FeriG went for Stewart is a bit of a mistake, I think.
Yeah, are they still doing... I mean, they changed the demo to well, right? With the light vehicle nerfs, so... Are they still viable? You saw it in last patch, people went for the Australians and then spammed a few Stewards and then just refunded all of them and then went for other vehicles?
I mean, that's always viable because how strong refund is, but I find that, like, the Stewards a lot. You're investing, like... Just the side tech is 25 fuel, plus the Steward itself is 45, so that's already 65 fuel.
Yeah,
that's a lot. Put that into perspective, a Greyhound is like, what, 50? So you're paying 25 more for a unit that's arguably worse.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a different... That's interesting about the side tech, indeed. So we're probably gonna see the Stummel now more on the flanks, with the AT gun in the middle.
I think Havoc's priority right now is just maintaining the BP control. It's like all he's focusing on.
Yeah.
I think FeriG's build kind of suffers from not being able to... This is an engineer too on the...
Yeah, I saw that. It was a good pick-off with the Vet 1 ability from the P-grants. And like
yeah, one of the things I really don't like about the build FeriG's doing is that he has very few options to push with, it feels like. Like he's kind of just running into the stumble and getting blood without any ability to really attack into it.
Yeah, I can feel what you're saying. You don't have really have, and the Steward is like too light to do anything, especially with the pack, an ambush pack behind the main line from Havoc.
Yeah, it's just sitting there waiting, and if he slips up against Faust, it's just gone.
The speed grants are low, but that's a good merge. Yeah. And now he has another squad with a merge.
Yeah, this is showing how strong infantry training is with Brutes, by the way. Just the fact that they can kind of CTC with TGs like that.
And they were not even in green cover, if I'm correct.
Yeah, the green cover doesn't apply to the range they were at. Because the close, like I think at 15 range or so. It's some very short range.
Yeah, but
green cover
like
mattering.
the Veteran C1 ability from the...
Oh yeah, that only applies if you're not in cover.
Yeah. So. Yeah, if you're in green cover, if you are in cover, right? It doesn't matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the way it works is normally if you're like point blank with someone, the cover won't apply. But for this ability in particular, it means like you need, if you don't have the shield on you, you're not counted as being in cover.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter which side you face, right?
Like, you're flank or anything.
Yeah. You still get the what is it, 10% or so accuracy buff?
15%, which is really fucking massive.
Yeah, especially when you also have the infantry training. I feel like it's a must-have.
5 command points available.
I mean, it's a strong passive. It's just it's kind of difficult for Brits to use sometimes because the map just turns into a pancake.
Yeah, I can imagine. But does it only affect green cover or also yellow cover? Because sometimes
So long as they're in any sort of cover.
Any sort of cover. Yeah, because sometimes you have like the map is just being, well, filled with craters and you have like a lot of yellow cover, so...
Yeah, that can happen. I remember back in before they did the big explosion update, they'd like no explosions left cover, so the ability like late game is just flat ground with no cover or anything, so it just didn't do anything.
A lot of fighting in the middle, which is kind of be expected of this. Oh, good. Was it a good micro of like the steward just blocking the P grants from getting close to the MG?
Yeah, he was just trying to stop them from getting on top of them.
Or was it not for the bundle? I don't think so, right? Just
he would have been in range for the bundle. I think specifically for grenades, if you initiate a grenade throw and the vehicle pushes you, your grenade will... Like, the guy throwing the grenade but won't move, basically.
Oh, lol. I'm seeing just the most weird-ass Stummel. that was really weird. Physics. Like, the Stummel just shot and it was just like a mortar around. It went straight up in the air. It was really weird.
Yeah, that can happen. It's
I saw it sometimes from the broom bar as well. You have like really weird angles.
Yeah, the balloon shot.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. So we're seeing Havoc going for a cache now. He has built a cache on the field. So if it stays there for a while, he's gonna really like get a lot of value from that. Especially with his tier 4 route already.
Yeah, this is...
So he went for the breakthrough, so this P4 is gonna be out there quickly.
He might set up his scope run bar instead. A lot of people tend to do that.
Yeah, so they changed the broom bar's fuel cost us, like, again. Do you think those balance changers are making like sense, or does it just delay the same strategy?
I think flat out, it's just all it's doing is essentially just they wanted to have a longer mid and late game, I think,
yeah,
and put some incentive into getting the P4. But to me, oh, that's a nasty bundle.
Yeah, that's a nasty. I mean, how much HP? That's like 5 HP on the last model or something.
Yeah, that might be 0 HP straight up, actually.
Might be, yeah. So, FeriG is probably gonna notice the cache soon. So how do you like approach this map? What is the best way to approach? Which side would you like always favor? Is it the side of your fuel, like your high fuel?
You want to be contesting middle a lot, because if you open the tactical map, you'll see kind of the way things are spreading, right? Naturally, if you control the center, you're kind of already defending your +10, because your +5 at the north side is already in a very defensive place. So kind of what the game plan usually tend to do is you control center, and by controlling center you can control both +5s or pressure both +5s.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense, yeah.
So it does slightly favor Havoc here because PGs are better in CQC than sections are.
Yeah.
But normally it's just late game is gonna become a slugfest of vehicles everywhere most likely.
Yeah, even though this is a small map, you can sometimes you feel like the Panzer officer quarters is now going to be built, so it's going to be benefiting. The P4 is going to be benefiting from that.
It's a very tight map central wise, but then the edges are very.
Did he just hold down in the middle? Nice. I haven't seen that ability be used much.
It's not very good.
Oh, we saw it. It was showcased there for a few seconds.
It was good for 5 seconds.
Yeah, and then he just got hit by AT gun. It's like, okay, just get out of here. It's the same for like what they did to the British in like last patch or the patch before that, where they like added all these hull down abilities for for the AT guns and
We
the
have lost
mortars.
control of a victory point.
Yeah, the Brit one is actually good. The mortar one specifically is pretty strong. I mean, just looking at this, if you get team weapon training, that's 20% fire rate bonus. And then you get the hold down, that's 15% additional, so you gain 35 extra rate of fire on your mortar. And that's not accounting for veterancy too. So you can get, this thing can become a bit of a machine gun and just how much it just puts down on the field.
That's pretty impressive indeed. So FeriG now went for his tier 4, which is pretty late at 20 minutes.
That's the steward basically just doing it. Well, he's also floating 130, but
yeah, so he still hasn't chosen a battle group. So it's just probably trying something different and keeping them off.
Yeah, this looks like he's testing a build.
But yeah, keeping off like for so long without a Matilda, it's just really like hurting your pushing power as well. Because now there's a Matilda coming, if I'm correct.
Yeah, that's a Matilda. I mean, it's kind of impressive that he's got a better KD, but he's losing a lot of control. He's losing a lot of space control. Like, he's not able to contain center as much.
No.
The enemy breaks before
And,
us.
like, we're reaching
They have only
100
400
VPs,
points
and,
remaining.
I mean, the Brit late game is strong, but this keeps up. I mean, it's gonna be... You could have 2 P4s, a P4 and a Brumbar against a single Matilda, and that's all pretty hideous to go up against.
Yeah, even with your like 6-pounders in behind.
Yeah, I mean, this is gonna be rough, I think, for FeriG, but he's sitting 100 and he's almost sitting on 200 munitions. I mean, he could go for air and sea for planes. He could go Australian for the creeping barrage, or hell, even just go heavy armor for the recon artillery and just go into Black Prince or something.
Yeah.
So he does have a few options he can fall back on here, but he's gonna have to make a decision soon.
Havoc is gonna build a medic bunker now behind the hatchery as well.
I guess that's his first AT guns.
So another he's using the hold out again, so it's just pretty quick to I think he smoked it. He just did it like last time as well. He just smokes himself and then goes into hold down, which is a pretty good combo. Or at least it's
I
a
think
combo.
it's FeriG smoke, because Havoc doesn't have access to smoke.
Enemy forces have captured a victory
Then it
point.
was FeriG smoke, yeah. I felt it
He's
just felt like
he's
it
just throwing down smoke, I think, to try and force the PDs to close into the Matilda.
Yeah, that makes sense. And also to
The enemy have
probably
taken our territory.
like cut off the AT guns from shooting.
Alarm!
Yeah.
All victory points are under enemy control.
So now FeriG has a triple cap on, so that's pretty good. He's being able to push now a bit. Well, Havoc has to heal up. Yeah, this P4 is still in range of the AT gun. It's a really wide arc.
Yeah, it's, I think, one of the big balance issues actually that I think Raleigh will have to deal with eventually is kind of like how, because P4s and mediums are kind of slow, right? It
Yeah.
means 6-pounders and the like are way better against mediums than they are light vehicles.
Oh yeah, because they can keep firing at them.
Yeah, you'll get, oh, that's a good bundle.
Yeah, that's hard. Again, just coming short on damage a little.
But yeah, like, if you get caught in the middle with the P4 of like 18
PGs in the middle have to be careful.
Ooh,
And
that's
they go
dead.
down. Yeah.
You know. But yeah, one of the things that's really weird is like, if you get caught out in the middle, right, with like a P4 of like the arc of an AT gun,
Yeah.
they'll probably get like 2 to 3 shots off, whereas with a light vehicle, you might only get like 1 or 2. So
Yeah,
that's
because
kind of weird thing.
you'll be faster out of the cone. You can just try. Yeah, that's true. I think they still have like an issue with balancing the generalistic tanks over the specialized tanks.
I mean, yeah, for sure. There's no doubt about it.
And they still try, and now you can see like that the broom bar is like being more expensive and more expensive. Maybe we'll see something like that in for the USF and the bulldozer as well. They kind of already made it more expensive.
Well, I mean, we'll just have to see, right? I mean, we can speculate all day, but
yeah, that's true.
a relic it does, a relic does. Sometimes they'll say they're gonna buffer you.
Oh, there goes the Tommy squad. Yeah.
I mean, relic will do whatever they want. Sometimes they tell you they're gonna nerf a bunch of things, and then the other day, and then they're just gonna like buff them. So you know, we'll see.
P-grids. We're gonna buff them, and then at the end they get away with like a nerf.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like it. Sometimes
interesting
it's
thing here from FeriG I want to point out is he used the mark target ability on the Steward on that P4, which is why it melted so quickly. That's 50%, 25% more additional damage and 25% better weapon pen. So that means something like the Matilda is gonna have a way easier time. Yeah, but also I think skill planes, which is what FeriG looks to be scaling into here.
Yeah, he went for the air and sea battlegroup indeed.
Yeah, so mark target plus loiters could be a potential combo, because the planes will do more damage.
Oh, they penetrate more as well.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting indeed. I used it a bit on my infantry officer with the USF as well, the mark target in some cases, even though the other one is probably better.
It depends.
But it also is pretty interesting. I also liked the threat shot from the Steward as well.
Yeah, track shots. I mean, the Steward just tends to synergize really well. I mean, that's probably why FeriG builds it. But it costs you a lot in momentum.
This pack is gonna be... Oh, that shot missed. That's unfortunate. There's a tiger out now, so...
That's gonna be... FeriG better buckle up, because that tiger is gonna be a big fucking issue.
Yeah, and now with the Blitzkrieg as well. There's a good flank over here.
And FeriG doesn't have grenades either, so he can't snare this before, but he's got the mark target down on it.
Yeah, but the tiger's in support as well now. So this, there comes the skill planes with the mark target. Maybe we can see it's targeting
no,
the
it's
tiger
targeting
there.
the tiger, so mark target won't get used there, but he's... FeriG is kind of in panic mode right now.
I can imagine. He's doing, he's pushing with his Matilda though. Ooh, tiger almost goes down. And it's still in the middle of the range, so it probably gets another salvo of these planes.
Yeah, I think this might be a dead tiger actually, if he missed micros. Ooh.
Oh, there's a... yeah. That's unfortunate.
That's a big throw from Havoc.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's if he could have like dodged the second one, he could have get out there. But and now the Stumo gets around as well.
A little bit of miss micro though with the Matilda. He might have overextended it here.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe he can bounce one shot, but I think the P4 can chase it. So.
Yeah, I think that's dead.
That's
Oh,
one bounce. Oh, did it get killed by the hull cannon? The machine
Yeah,
gun?
it got killed by the pack.
Oh, by the pack. Sorry, I was not noticing that. I was like, what? That shot did miss, so not enough damage. But
Yeah,
so both players lost a lot here.
Yeah, section went down, 2 sections it looks like.
Yeah, but this P4 now comes out at such a quick speed, so. And with 2 repairing pioneers, I think Havoc is being able to push earlier than that FeriG is.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough. The Grant's still not repaired. He's gonna have to probably go for another one, but I don't see how he can. He's gonna have to like micro out of his mind with the packs basically and just shut up completely.
But here you can see like how good the rapid reduction is, because it will take a while for the Grant to come out, and this P4 was so fast.
Mortar's putting in work.
Yeah, there's a bundle nade again. Minus 5 health there.
Brutal.
Oh man, FeriG is getting really lucky with these bundle nades.
Yeah, he hasn't dodged. I don't think he's dodged like one, maybe.
Stumo still on the field is really a nice micro from Havoc as well. Doing a lot of things at on the side as well.
Yeah, Stummel, to my surprise, has done a lot of work. I mean, only one model kill, but a lot of health damage.
Yeah. Oh, that was a big shot from the P4 on the back. If he can destroy that back, it's a
The
good
enemy's
pickup.
down to only 50 points. Stand firm.
And this Grant is not going to do anything about it. Second Grant is on the field now. Now the raiding flash are being popped by FeriG.
Yeah, so he can
The
rush
assault
the
for
victory
it's
points.
the assault flash.
Yeah, so this will give a speed infantry units.
There's the snare from Stumo.
Yeah. Yeah, so the assault flash gives you extra movement speed, which is what he wants. So you can try and get to the VPs and stop himself from instantly dying, but this looks like a death battle to me.
Victory point lost.
Yeah, final dive.
I mean, if he can win this engagement, he might be back into it, but it's looking rough.
Ooh. I don't know if that Grant should have pushed past the before on the bottom side, because it may go
Yeah,
one
I
thing
think
to shoot.
I think he mismicroed. He got caught by the pack there,
Yeah,
and the
That's,
other ground got mismicroed too.
that's game.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think so as well. It was a good game.
solid match.
Yeah, GG for both players.
Yeah,
Nice.
I think good match.
Yeah, so do you have any final thoughts on this match? Or anything you want to highlight?
It just shows like fighting for VPs early. If you let it get too big of a gap, it's gonna force you into bad decisions, which is what happened with FeriG here at the end. Because
Yeah, I think so as
FeriG,
well.
if he hadn't lost to Matilda, I think he would have won this game.
Yeah, I think so as well, because now you could see that like P4 was quicker on the field and have a good
I mean,
like
you look at this engagement right at the end. The P4s are basically on death's bed. You have like one Matilda in here, and it's
yeah.
just like different results dramatically.
Yeah, I think so as well. And even like FeriG didn't really have to repair like the engine. He only had one sepper in the end, so it would have taken him some more time to repair that Matilda, but I think the fight would have been different than this last one.
Yeah.
But a really solid game. So thanks for casting this game with me, and thanks everyone for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.